Hey guys, it's me, Nisha, here trying to give you a little bit of an update about what August is going to look like. Let me preface this video by saying things are changing constantly. I was told one piece of information one morning and I sent an email out to some people and then literally 3 hours later it changed. So um, just keep that in mind and I will keep you updated as much as possible. So first, we are planning on having all kids come back. We're just communicating to parents that COVID's going to be in our schools, and while we're going to do the best we can, there's just no way we can pull all of these kids together and not have it spread. I have not heard anything what happens when classrooms have COVID, or I think that like how far, like what happens when we shut down, like what declares if we shut down. I haven't heard anything with those guidelines. But we will be trying to be careful, be really careful with disinfecting and everything that way. So they are going to have kids do hand washing stations in the classrooms. In elementary, they're not going to be doing hand sanitizer. It's going to be that they're washing and using the sinks, and so that will be something we will have to work into looking at our schedules and being part of your procedures. I sent an email with the dates of our trainings and the different things that will be going on. So if you have any questions with that, please look that over and then shoot me an email. We're going to talk about our back to school night. We will not be having an back to school night where people will be coming into the building. It will be all digital. And so the things that you're going to need for that video, a video just introducing yourself to the kids and to the families, maybe a tour of your classroom, visual of supplies. So if they need, you can say they need pens and, this type of calculator, whatever they need. So that's something that you could do. And then probably go over briefly your procedures and your management style, but all of that is also great in a disclosure that you can send home or load up to the MyDSD so that they can access that as well. That is going to be on August 20th, so we need to be able to have that up and ready by August 20th. If you wanted to start working on that, I just get worried that like maybe a week before school's supposed to start, what if all of a sudden we're going online? So, so maybe just start working on that, and then maybe don't actually finally record until maybe the week before or a couple days before. With preps, we have our preps. There's been talk about having the preps rotate into the classrooms, but I'm talking to each of the individual prep teachers to figure out how we can keep them in their rooms, but looking at with the disinfecting and how we can best utilize that so they can still be in their classrooms. All employees have to wear a face mask while they're in the building. I did buy some face shields if you would like a face shield. However, I learned that if you're still within 6 feet, closer than 6 feet, then you still have to have a mask under the face shield. If you're up teaching in the classroom and you're 6 feet away from your class, you don't have to wear a mask or a face shield, or you can just wear the face shield, but they are required by all employees. And so please make sure I'm buying enough masks that I'm treating it like underwear. So where I just have a new one every day. I found some cloth masks at Target, 2 for $4. So you might want to stop there with different colors. The district will provide you with one. And then I'm also looking at getting the masks with the clear so they can see your mouth. So I'm looking at getting those. Some questions we have with subs. We're going to try our very best. Because if people are sick, it's hard to find subs anyway. So we're going to call our sub list the best we can to make sure that people are still willing to sub. So we'll update that. We usually send home folders, like we stuff folders and send those home to parents with information. We are not going to do that this year. We're going to put everything online for parents, just with the transferring and the touching. That's just not going to be something that we're going to do. So we'll have everything uploaded online that way. I've had some questions asked, like, can we do group work? And we got to keep as much physical distance as possible. And so if you can figure out a way to do group work where there's enough spacing between all the kids in collaboration, basically we just do the best we can. There's no way we can keep the 6 feet in our classrooms. And so kids will be somewhat close and maybe they can still have those conversations, but you will make those decisions best and what that looks like. We'll talk about some of the other COVID procedures, disciplining with masks with the kids. Like we'll talk about all that when you come back for at our faculty meeting. The other thing, if you rotate, if you're grade level and you guys rotate subjects, the students will not be rotating, the teachers will need to rotate. So that's something as well. I can't think of anything else. It's just craziness. I have the schedule. I just need to add a schedule for intervention to the schedule. One thing you'll need to know is I know we all had requests and things that would be nice, but I also had to work within the COVID boundaries. And so I just did the best I could. We will only have 10-minute recesses and I had to put the lunches 15 minutes apart. It's supposed to be 20 minutes, but I only did it 15 to allow for cleaning time in between those. And so, but we did I try to do as much as I can to have a common prep so that you guys can have some time to collaborate and work together that way. We are also looking at doing some SEL stuff into the school. And so we'll provide some training on that when that happens in August. If you have any other questions, if you're coming into the building this summer, we need to make sure that you're wearing a mask. If you're talking with people, once you get in your classroom, you can take that off. But if there's anything else you guys have questions about, just shoot me an email and I'll do the best to answer. Thanks.